Today we are going to read a story all about ladybugs and their life cycle. This is an informational story that tells us lots and lots of details about ladybugs and how they grow. It's called Ladybug Life Cycle, and it is written by Justin McCory Martin. All about ladybugs. What is tiny, shiny, and dressed in a spotted coat? A ladybug. Ladybugs are insects. They are part of a group of insects called beetles. A fun fact is that ladybugs are not all ladies, of course. They can be male or female. Ladybugs have 6 legs and 2 pairs of wings. One pair of wings is hard, and they protect another pair of wings that are fragile and used for flying. Ladybugs do not begin their lives looking this way at all. We're going to read on to learn about the life cycle of this incredible bug. If you look up close at this picture, you can see some of the details. You can see that ladybugs have eyes. They have an antenna on either side. They have the 3 body parts. Remember, it's a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. You can see that they have 6 legs, and they have 2 sets of wings. In the set that you can see here, this is the hard set of wings that are on the outside, and they also have spots, of course. If you look, this is a ladybug that is flying, and that is the 2nd pair of wings that are underneath, and these are their flight wings that help them fly. Chapter 2 is eggs to larva. A ladybug starts its life cycle as an egg. Females lay eggs on leaves. The eggs look like teeny tiny yellow jelly beans. One ladybug can lay 1,000 eggs during her lifetime. If you look on this leaf, you can see the little tiny yellow eggs that resemble jelly beans. A few days later, the eggs hatch and out crawl tiny creatures. These are ladybug larvae. Munch, munch, munch. They are so hungry that they actually eat their own eggshells. And this is an interesting fact that might be helpful for you to know right now. Ladybugs actually lay their eggs during the springtime. Let's look at the up-close picture of the newborn larvae. You can see that those do not look like ladybugs at all. They are black, and you can tell they do have 6 little legs. And what are they doing? They are eating the eggs that they just came out of. The job of a larva is to eat, eat, eat. Its favorite food is a teeny tiny bug called an aphid. A larva can eat 25 aphids in one day. If you look at the picture, it'll show you what an aphid actually looks like up close. See right here? And you can see that the larva is actually eating all of these teeny tiny aphids that are found on leaves. All that eating makes the larva grow and grow. It may not look like a ladybug yet, but if you wait, it will. Something amazing is about to happen. So this fast fact says that a larva grows to be about this big. So this is what a full-grown ladybug larva looks like. And you can tell it still has the 6 legs and the 3 body parts that classify it as an insect. Chapter 3 is titled Poopa to Little Ladybug. After a few weeks, The larva stops moving and attaches itself to a leaf. Then it turns into something called a pupa. A pupa is like a wrapped up present. Guess what happens next? About 1 week later, the pupa breaks open and surprise, out pops a little ladybug. And an interesting fact for us to learn today is that female ladybugs are actually bigger than male ladybugs. So here are some up-close pictures. So the larva attaches to the little leaf, and you can see that here, and it turns into the pupa, and then out comes the ladybug. Very similar to what we learned about caterpillars, and they make a chrysalis, and out comes a butterfly. Whereas this is a very similar process, but instead, this is the process for a ladybug. At first, the ladybug is soft and pale in color, but after a few hours, its shell gets hard and brightly colored like this. An adult ladybug is about this size. That is smaller than the larva it came from. So isn't that interesting that the ladybug actually is smaller in its adult form than it was earlier in the life cycle? Soon the ladybug is able to spread its wings and fly. Wow, at last it is all grown up. So this is an excellent picture that you can see both sets of wings on the ladybug. Here are the outer wings that we see the color and the spots, and they are hard to protect the ladybug. And inside is the second set of wings that the ladybug uses for flight that takes the ladybug from flower to flower. So let's review the life cycle of the ladybug. So on day 1, a female ladybug will lay eggs. Remember, those eggs are yellow and they resemble jelly beans. In 5 days, a larva is born. It grows and grows. At 25 days, a larva turns into a pupa. And then in 32 days, a pupa turns into a ladybug. So it says ladybugs have a very interesting life cycle. Do you remember the 4 main steps? We just reviewed them. The life cycle of most ladybugs takes 4 to 6 weeks. So we learned that the caterpillar and the butterfly, that process is about 1 month, which is about 4 weeks. So a ladybug's life cycle can be slightly longer at times. So this is about a 4 to 6 week process for all of that to happen. But that's still amazing that that many changes happen in such a short amount of time. Chapter 4, all grown up. There are more than 4,000 kinds of ladybugs in the world. Some are red with a few spots, and some are red with lots and lots of spots. Some ladybugs are brown or gold, and some are even a sunny yellow. Ladybugs can have anywhere from 0 to 24 spots. Let's try to find out how many spots are on these ladybugs. So this is very easy to count. That has 2. The red ladybug, you could count. You could say it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11. This one's a little bit easier to see. That's a brown ladybug. You could count its spots. Here's that bright yellow ladybug that it mentioned. It has lots and lots of spots. And then this one is sort of a pale brown or a tannish ladybug. So they do come in different colors. We most commonly always seem to see the red ladybugs. During the summer, ladybugs eat lots of aphids and small insects. Munch, munch, munch. They want to have full stomachs for the long winter ahead. Why? Because many kinds of ladybugs actually hibernate, which means that they sleep all winter long, like a bear would. They gather in groups and then they hide under leaves, rocks, or logs to sleep all winter. Ladybugs eat the pollen of flowers too. So that's an interesting fact. If you look at this picture close up, here's our ladybug, and you can see these tiny little aphids that the ladybug is eating. But it says that they also like to eat the pollen of flowers as well. And here's a colony of ladybugs that are hibernating. You can see they all bundle and gather together so that they can sleep for the winter. And then in the spring, the ladybugs wake up and the females lay their eggs. And after that, the incredible ladybug life cycle starts all over again. And this interesting fast fact says that ladybugs are also called lady beetles and ladybirds. And so you can see that the process of the life cycle for a ladybug is very, very, very intricate and interesting. And so I think it's fascinating that the ladybugs actually hibernate all winter. And then when they wake up in the spring, the process starts all over again. And we start again with those little eggs that resemble jelly beans. So, some interesting bonus facts that we can learn about ladybugs are that ladybugs live for about 1 year, which makes sense because if they lay their eggs in the spring and then they go through the process and they live and then they hibernate all winter, when it's spring again, they're probably laying their eggs, and then the adult females probably don't live much longer than that. The second fact is that ladybugs flap their wings 85 times per second when they fly. And then the last fun fact is that ladybugs sometimes like to play dead when they are scared. So that might be just a type of protection that the Lord gave ladybugs to try to stay safe from predators and other things that like to eat ladybugs. So I hope that you have learned something new about ladybugs. I hope that you have enjoyed finding out the process of their life and how a ladybug grows. And I hope that you enjoy some of the extra activities that we have for you to continue that learning at home with your families. I hope you enjoyed the story, and we will see you soon.